Welcome to another episode of TeeVo and The Beard.
You can't see us, but I am TeeVo, and that is the beard.
Yes. Welcome to another episode of Season 2
Yes.
of the show here.
And so I had a listener of ours,
Mm-hmm.
comment on the show in person.
Okay.
So someone we know.
Okay.
The very person you had the texting or phone thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just saw him this past Sunday.
I saw him this past Saturday.
Yeah. So.
And he said, man, if he were to live in our city, he would come and be the Gotham person.
Right, yeah.
And I'd say, hey,
bring it.
Hey,
Yeah.
why not? We're very clear on our views of Gotham.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that there's someone out there who wouldn't want to listen to it.
Yeah, because he even told me, he said, you really should check it out now, the way it is now, which is not the best way to sell a show.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
a show should be the whole thing.
Right.
So if you couldn't get me,
yeah,
you might be cool now,
mm-hmm.
but...
It is, our listener, Saran, he was mentioning Arrow.
Yes.
To me, and I even talked to him about this, how he has a hard time selling it, because he's like, well, you got to watch the first episode, and then you can skip a lot of the first season, and then you come back here, and then you can skip this and come back here. It gets too complicated.
Exactly. if you can't grab that, you should be selling me.
Yeah.
From the first episode on.
Yeah.
Not, oh well, these were our test episodes.
Yeah.
Come back when we're good. No.
Right.
You should be good when you hit the ground.
And of course, we say all this to also say that, if you are a fan of these shows, fine, good for you.
These are just our opinions on said shows.
Right. We're not saying the show shouldn't exist, like
yes.
some internet people would say,
yes.
but...
Like a lot of people don't like S.H.I.E.L.D. because of the first season. I enjoy the first season.
Yeah.
But the point I'm getting at is that it grabbed me from the beginning. I didn't wait until X things happened.
Yeah, and see, the funny thing about me is my S.H.I.E.L.D. story is like your Supergirl story,
yes.
where it wasn't until Season 2 came out that I gave Season 1 of S.H.I.E.L.D. another try. Because originally I had just watched like the first 13 episodes, thinking that was the whole season. Mm-hmm. And I was very unimpressed by it. And I didn't know about shows taking months off and then continuing the
yes.
season, so I'd given up on it. And then through you
Aren't you glad you came back?
Yeah, through like you and Saran, people like that, it was just like, no, and this is what also helped get my wife into watching, comic book shows.
There you go.
So,
but yes, that's. Mm-hmm. But the other thing this person pointed out was, so you keep calling out the ghost of Mike. Has the ghost of Mike actually said anything? And no, because he's probably asleep. So come defend your honor.
He's either asleep or working at his new job.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which
but either way,
congratulations for that.
Yes, but either way, there's no excuse.
Come defend your honor.
Yes. You know where to find us. You know where headquarters
yes.
is. So we're putting that out there. The one we call Mike.
Yes.
So,
I think it's going to be our weekly gag.
Yeah.
Until you come defend your honor.
Yeah, and then we'll have nothing. Yeah. So, and then we'll be asking, our Arrow fan and our Gotham fan to come on the show.
Yes.
Come defend your show.
Yes.
Or at least, in the case of Saran, come tell us more about Arrow. Because I don't think he ever he doesn't try to, at least when he talks to me, to defend Arrow the way the other one does.
Yes.
Defend Gotham.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. We know you're listening to. You're our two listeners. Because we're not even sure Mike actually listens.
No. And in that sense, come defend your honor.
Yes, whether you're listening or not. So,
I feel like we're going to have like 30 episodes before he actually defends his honor.
It'll be Season 3, definitely.
Probably.
Yeah. So, he might be, by next Christmas.
Yes.
When we have our Christmas show again, he can come back. He can be our returning guest for that, and then he can defend himself before telling us what his favorite Christmas fill-in-the-blank is.
I feel like... by then, we're going to have to replay all these little snippets of Defend Your Honor.
That'll be a whole episode of just you saying defend yourself. So one thing that we've done before was the little improv skit sort of thing, where one of us brings up a what if, in that case it was you, and then...
And I hear you came up with one.
I did, yeah, because I'm curious about if I was to drop you in this situation, how would you react to it? And at first I was going to just, come right out and ask you, but then I was like, no, it could play a few different ways depending on what went on. So in this case, you're being an extra for a let's say a comic book movie.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Not a big stretch.
Mm-mm.
Spoiler.
We'll say, but we'll say one's already. So we'll say that you were an extra for Doctor Strange.
Okay.
That way, I don't have to just keep saying generic comic book thing. So you're up in, up where they're filming,
Right.
and you run into this female extra.
Okay.
And you two are really hitting it off.
Okay.
Exchange numbers, all that.
I used to do that.
Yes, I see. Yeah. So you two start having a conversation. In this scenario, I'm gonna be, the female extra.
You got it.
So you had to imagine without the beard, I guess. We'll say her name's Alicia.
Okay.
Okay. So you're taking a break. Neither one of you are on set right now. You're just by the craft service table.
Very familiar.
Yeah.
Very
So I'm trying to make it as realistic as possible here because I want your honest.
Okay.
I want the TiVo honest opinion on what would happen here.
You got it.
So TiVo.
Yes.
Have you been doing extra work a lot? This is my first time doing one this big.
Oh, I've been doing this since like 2009.
Okay. Do you normally do big movies like this? Because I've done like little extras for like college friends and stuff like that, or little indie movies that never see the light of day.
This is one of the bigger ones, I'd say. Sure.
Okay. Yeah, I noticed that. That cute British guy. He's in this. Benedict
Benedict
Cumberbatch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cumberbatch.
I'll just call him Ben.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can also call him Sherlock.
Who?
Sherlock. He's on a show called Sherlock.
I'm not familiar.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you should watch the show. It's great.
What's it about?
It's about Sherlock Holmes.
Like from the books.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Do I need to read the book? Because I've never.
You don't have to read books.
Okay, I
don't read either.
I don't like old books.
I don't like old books either.
Yeah, I don't do a lot of reading at all.
Me neither.
Unless it's online, fashion websites, stuff like that. I do a lot of that. I have my own fashion blog.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I get new outfits, take pictures of them, and then end up returning the outfits, but don't tell the stores that's what I do.
Oh, okay.
So I have a small confession to make.
Okay.
What is this movie about?
Well, I don't want to spoil it for you,
Yeah.
so maybe you should wait till the film comes out. But in essence, it's about a Marvel superhero.
What kind of superhero?
A Marvel superhero.
What's a Marvel?
Marvel is people that are not Superman and Batman.
Superman and Batman.
They're superheroes. Have you?
What is this from?
Do you know what a comic book is?
Oh, that's like little kids read, like Archie and stuff like that.
Sure, yeah.
Oh no, I've never got into that when I was real little. And,
Okay, do you know what magic is?
Well, yeah, magic. Like
Well, Benedict or Sherlock over there, he is. You can say he's a magician.
Okay. Well, that
and he's going to save the world.
That kind of sounds dumb.
Well, that's your opinion. I'm excited to see this movie. So.
Okay. Oh, I see. I didn't know it was one of the. So this is like one of those like geeky, nerdy.
Sure.
Type thing, because I've just got an agent.
Well, you don't have to watch the film.
Yeah.
I have done films. I've been extras where I'd never watched the film. It's okay.
Okay. Yeah, because I could never get into the whole,
That's fine.
Superhero.
That's fine.
Comic thing.
That's fine.
So, but we've hit it off. So after this is, all said and done, do you want to, keep corresponding, maybe go out a few times? And
where do you live? Do you live in the city we're filming in?
Well, a couple of cities that was close.
But do you live, are you close to here? Because I'm not close to here.
Well, I mean, I'm kind of close, yeah.
How close would you say?
About a couple hours south.
Okay, well, I'm a couple hours south of you, so...
Okay.
We
kind of meet in the middle, though.
Well, I don't really try to, give out my number. Because, I've done a lot of extras work, and I never see the people again.
Mm-hmm.
This is nice because we're filming for a couple of days. It's nice to have a friend, but...
It's because of the superhero thing, isn't it?
No. I have made great friends for X amount of days, and then I've never seen him again.
It's because I don't know who Benjamin was, right?
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, it's okay. Not many people know who he is.
Okay. I'm gonna take your word for that, TiVo.
Well, I mean, I can't. I mean, right now.
Yeah.
I mean, when this film comes out, who knows? He might blow up, and you're gonna be very sorry you don't know.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, right now, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay if you don't know.
Okay. And same. I was just wondering how you would kind of take a scenario where, somebody had, especially with something that big like Marvel or DC or something like that, and not know what they've got themselves into.
Well,
Have you had anything like that happen?
without spoiling and
Yeah.
breaking my non-disclosure agreements,
Right.
we'll get to that another time.
What about like in Anchorman 2 or
It really is one of those things where there are people out there who don't know what they're doing.
Okay.
And there are people I've been surprised who just show up. I don't know how they even found out about it, but
Yeah.
they managed to get on it, and
Okay.
they don't know anything about these people. And that's okay. I mean,
Yeah.
it goes back to what we reiterate. It's okay,
Yeah.
if but if you just judge it without giving it a chance, then that's where the problem lies.
Right, yeah.
But if you don't know what it is, it's fine.
Yeah, it does seem weird from the outside looking in, like if I was to be an extra in Anchorman or something like that, it would be because I know who's in it and I'm a fan of...
You would think.
Yeah.
You really would think. But, let's say I've done big projects, where I feel like the uber nerd because I follow the events of other movies that will lead into this.
Okay.
And I'm explaining it like I'm part of the crew. And it's like, you guys don't know this?
So my fictional scenario was not as fictional as I thought it would be there.
Maybe, well, not as fictional as you think, but I have a smaller what if, and then we'll get to the shows.
Okay, yeah.
I heard it from Anna Faris, unqualified.
Yeah, we'd love to have you on the show.
And so you're on a cruise line. Your wife and child are not there.
Okay.
Like you want a solo one, and your wife was kind enough to let you go.
Okay.
Everybody on the boat has suddenly died except you.
Okay.
For some reason, you are immune to whatever happened.
Must have been in the shrimp. I'm allergic to shellfish stuff.
You then go to the pantry. What are the top 3 ice creams you're going to eat first?
Oh.
And my favorite thing about asking this lately is what the reaction is unanimous. What does it have to do with everybody being dead?
Oh no!
I was like, what? Who cares? Just answer the question.
All the ice cream is mine now.
Yeah. So what top 3?
Are we just talking flavors, or are there different types in there? Because that does make a difference.
What do you mean?
Well, because like I have my favorite Ben and Jerry's ice cream, and then I have my favorite
Ben
ice
and
creams.
Jerry's was one of the sponsors.
Oh, it's the Ben and Jerry cruise. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's make it the Ben and Jerry cruise, and everybody's dead.
Right. Yeah.
Including Ben and Jerry.
Oh no. Oh.
Well, you have the ice cream.
In their honor,
yes,
I will start with the Cherry Garcia,
right,
because that was one of their big staple flavors there. I've got to go with fish food because that is my personal favorite. Okay. It's got the chocolate, the marshmallows, all that. And then, I'm going to assume some of their specialty ones are on there, so I'm going to go with the red velvet.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you have it. The Beard has chosen his ice cream flavors.
Yeah.
It's Ben and Jerry's ice cream flavors.
Right. Yeah, because what's funny is in my head, when you said what ice cream would you like, my brain went straight to thinking about ice cream. I wasn't thinking about the, that hundreds or thousands of people dead in the boat. It's like, no, this ice cream is all mine. I can have as much of it as I want. And
you can have all the ice cream
every
you want,
flavor.
But those are the top 3 you're definitely going for.
Those are the 3 I'm going to have before I'm so miserable that no ice cream tastes good anymore.
Yes.
And then I'll go for the Chunky Monkey and stuff like that. Yeah.
So let's
we'll take a little break.
We're going to take a short break.
Yep. So we can have the first spoiler warning.
Yes.
We're going to give you 2 spoiler warnings this time in between DC and Marvel. And
yes.
If you listen all the way through, you'll find out why. All right, and we're back.
So first of all, I'm going to put this out there. I barely even want to talk about The Flash or Supergirl. I made notes.
Yep.
And
here are my notes.
I have 3 things I want to say about Supergirl and 2 things I want to say about The Flash. And I'm going to shut up because I want to talk about S.H.I.E.L.D.
All right, well, let's hear your Supergirl stuff first.
Okay, once again, will Maggie and Alex stop faux breaking up for an episode?
Yeah.
This almost seems like a very abusive relationship at this point.
Yeah.
Emotionally. Like, how much is Maggie going to put this girl through?
Well, one thing I want Supergirl to do, because this is not the first time it's happened, I want them to line up their holiday episodes a lot better.
That is my second. That is my second note.
It's not Valentine's Day here or in Canada.
No. So. And in Thanksgiving, they had the Thanksgiving bit after Thanksgiving.
Right.
The only reason the Christmas one even beat the actual holiday is because no TV show ever airs during
Exactly.
Christmas.
Yeah.
So those are my two notes out the bat.
So this was a great example episode though of puppy dogs and rainbows.
Yes.
Because it's like even when the worst stuff was going on,
Who cares?
it wasn't that bad.
Who cares? It
you
was,
know.
you know.
You had a little imp causing chaos and
Oh no.
yeah. Oh, and the whole thing was they even storybook it for you because they have the part where Henshaw at the beginning says writing something down is more powerful than saying it or however he words it, and then they end it with
That.
megapixel Bigglesworth writing his name backwards,
And that's how he's banished.
and that's how he's banished.
My last note, just to get it out of there.
Yeah,
I enjoyed the episode, just to be clear,
yeah. No, it wasn't a bad episode.
but it didn't do much for me.
Yeah,
It just merely entertained me for 45 minutes at
Mhm.
the least. However,
Yeah.
I did see the preview for next week's episode.
okay.
I don't know if you have.
I have not.
Well, we have a guest coming back.
Okay,
Dean Cain is returning.
nice.
It's for sure because somehow he gets rescued.
Okay,
Yes.
so at least we're gonna have an episode with maybe some more action in it.
Well, from the synopsis, so
Mhm.
Dean Cain is rescued from Cadmus.
Okay.
And naturally, the Danvers family is more than happy about it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But there's someone in the cast that's suspicious about it all, it being Monel.
Ah,
So
Okay.
there's going to be a rift. Don't know why, but we'll have
Yeah.
to watch.
yes. We'll have to watch Prince Monel. Maybe they'll actually admit that he's
Yes.
the prince this
So
time.
those are the three things I wanted to say about Supergirl. That's it.
Yeah, because I was even looking over my synopsis notes here, and not really much happened.
Puppies and rainbows.
Besides,
happened.
it was puppies and rainbows, and it was.
Oh, I guess Supergirl and Monel finally got together. Okay.
Oh yeah, yeah. So,
Yay.
well, I mean, but did they? In the next episode, who knows?
Well, they got together at least for that.
Yeah, for at least 5 seconds there.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
Yeah. So that takes us over to the Flash.
I only got two things to say about it.
Yeah.
Mainly because they hype up this event to be a two-parter.
Right.
So naturally, when you see a part one, there's not really much to say
Yeah.
other than I can't wait until it concludes.
Yeah, because when you have a two-parter and they come out and say it's a two-parter before you even watch the episode, you already pretty much know how it's going to end. I mean, not necessarily details, but you know.
And in that case, it's not going to end because you have to wait till next week.
Right. Yeah.
So first thing I want to say is, wow. Sometimes with Flash, I'm not a graphic artist or anything, or an expense TV show accountant.
Yeah.
But man, could you wholeheartedly tell that everything in Gorilla City is CGI?
Yeah. Yeah. They got dropped into a gorilla-based video game.
Yes. And the part where Barry defeated Solivar
Mm-hmm.
and shouting to the crowd,
Yeah.
boy, did he probably feel stupid.
Yeah.
Because he is shouting to nothing in real
Right.
life.
Just a big green room with a camera in it.
Yes.
You know.
But,
Acting.
again, ambitious, kudos,
Yeah.
but wow, this is not the Planet of the Apes.
This was not. No.
Not even the old one.
This was not the Planet of the Apes that Malfoy was looking for.
No.
But I did like how he was like, "Are you going to the Planet of the Apes? You're going to the Planet of the Apes, aren't you?"
And the other thing I want to point about the episode is,
Mhm.
man, Jesse Quick started annoying me.
Yeah, from the moment she started talking to Wally.
Exactly, because the thing is, so her explanation of being so distant,
Mm-hmm.
if you remember, was because he has powers now. Maybe
Right.
he doesn't want to be with her. Yet from the moment you cross the earth, the only person he's talked to
Yeah.
is you.
Yeah,
How?
yeah, she is. I don't know if they are trying to, not to write her as a stereotypical female character because she's kind of acting like the male character on a romantic comedy. It's like I'm gonna be off-puttish and hard to get and all that. It's
I
like,
thought
no,
she was jealous, which
That's
could
what I
still
thought
be
at first.
Which
Yeah.
could still be
Yeah.
the case.
But yeah, at first I was like, okay, well, they've had this long distance quote unquote relationship going, which by the way, until Iris mentioned about his Facebook status still saying single,
Yeah.
I didn't realize him and Jesse were supposed to be in like a committed relationship. I guess I missed that somehow. And obviously Wally did too.
Yes.
So when they first, when she first starts acting mad and standoffish, given the silent treatment, I thought that's what.
That would have made it better.
Yeah.
I thought.
And then it just kept going no matter what he said or did, and and then of course she gets a little annoyed by his showboating, but.
Well, I mean,
that was the one time where it was understandable.
It's like, well, that's okay.
Yeah.
But the other times, like, oh, I just thought maybe you wouldn't. You're so complete.
Yeah.
I thought maybe you wouldn't want me. What?
Yeah.
What does this have to do with anything?
Yeah, and then he puts her in her place. I mean, he's been training, and they explain. Everybody tells her he's been in his
and I'm sure you're being your world's Flash.
Yeah.
You are busy too.
Yeah. And then I was also thinking maybe the Wally on Earth 2 did something to mess things up.
If you wanted to get that far.
Yeah. So I was trying to make some sense of what she was doing there.
But overall, it's a part oneer.
Yeah.
And I can't wait for part 2.
Yes.
And that's all I'm going to say.
Because we need more Gypsy.
Because you didn't even you only saw her for like 20 seconds.
Yeah. But also that actress did a great job, and she's not bad to look at.
She's not bad to look at. Jesse's not bad to look at either, but just that characteristic just really, really turned me off.
At least Gypsy hasn't ruined that for us with an attitude. No, even my wife says, yeah, we need more Gypsy. So there you go. So she's wife approved.
There you go. We just went through the DC CW universe in a flash.
Oh.
Because we want to cross Earth.
And on that note, we're going to take another break because the way we do a lot of our talks is, we're spoilery, but you could still watch the episode and get a lot out of it.
Especially what we just did.
Especially the way we just did these. But with S.H.I.E.L.D.
Can't say the same what we're about to talk about.
Yeah, with S.H.I.E.L.D., whether you normally listen to us and then watch it, you need to watch it first this time, because there's going to be stuff that we're going to get into that is going to surprise you. It surprised me, and normally I sit in the show going, oh, I saw that coming. I saw that coming. Not so much with this episode, but so after the music, we're going to be back to talk about S.H.I.E.L.D. for the next, 3 days, probably.
Yeah. Welcome to the framework.
Oh, yes, and if you're still listening and you have not watched S.H.I.E.L.D., press stop, seriously.
Because we're going to, if you thought we were just going to skim through the way we just did Supergirl and The Flash, you're wrong. Because it was a great episode of S.H.I.E.L.D.
It was.
And B, it was like their mid-season cliffhanger.
Yeah, this is kind of odd even for these shows that it's doing it in 3 parts.
We're not going to be talking about S.H.I.E.L.D. again until April.
Right.
So they wanted to end this little arc with a bang.
Yeah. So we had the S.H.I.E.L.D. Ghost Rider arc that ended in December. This has been the LMD arc that has we've only had 4 episodes?
No. About almost, I'd say,
because we've had less LMD episodes
seven or 8.
Isn't that less episodes than we had for Ghost Rider?
Oh, yeah, totally. Yeah. Well, because Ghost Rider lasted the whole fall.
Right.
And I was wondering why they're taking a break, but, lest you remember the last 2 years, during the winter break, we've had Agent Carter.
Right.
Well, we don't have that.
R.I.P.
We don't have that anymore. So I remember when they said S.H.I.E.L.D. was coming back, as soon as they can in January, and I thought, oh, great. Yeah. But then I was thinking, wait a minute. I remember the last 2 years, S.H.I.E.L.D. didn't come back till March. Yeah. So, and I'm glad they're taking the big chunks of time, as opposed to the first season, which they have learned. So I'm sorry to keep griping on the first season of S.H.I.E.L.D., but their timing of breaks were so inconvenient. Yeah. They'll go on 3 episodes and then take a break for 2 weeks and then come back for 1 and then take a break for 1 week.
And when you're trying to establish an audience like they were back then, that's not the best thing to do. That's kind of like the Fox Firefly way of doing things.
Now, when season 2 and 3 came out, they had the idea to, stave off the audience with Agent Carter. Right. So you had the fall, however scheduled they wanted to do it, took a break, aired Agent Carter, and then S.H.I.E.L.D. came back in March. Right. Well, that didn't happen this year. Nope. But fall nonetheless. You have the one story arc, and I like
Yeah.
that. It's one story arc. I mean, it's all an overarching story arc, but
Yeah.
you had one concentrated one.
And then you had a minute of slingshot.
Yes, which was more supplemental to us.
Right. Yeah.
Um,
But if you haven't watched it yet, it's still worth. I mean, you're not
Yeah.
missing anything by not seeing it, but it's still worth going to see.
but if you like these characters, which
if you want to see more Yo-Yo,
yes,
then that's
and then they came back with another story arc, but they made it like one big one.
Yeah.
And then they're taking a break, and then they're going to do one last story arc. And
Yeah.
I think that's good. I like the way they planned that in lieu of not having Agent Carter this year.
Yeah. Yeah. No, they're learning their groove. They're learning how they fit into the whole system.
But
here.
what is this story arc, you're asking?
Yes, self-control.
Yes.
So, first and foremost, I want to say the more evil Ada gets, the sexier she gets.
Oh my goodness.
That is just, and that's not me being misogynistic or sexist or anything like that. It is scientific fact.
Did your wife approve the statement?
Oh, yes, very much so. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
In fact, the only reason I said it before she did is I do tend to, talk whatever is on my head while I'm watching these shows. So,
but she's being a really interesting villain, though.
right. She's a
not,
villain with a cause.
and it's a villain with a cause, and her purpose doesn't seem as nefarious as like Hive last year.
Oh, right, yeah.
Or Jia Yang.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, I'm on Ada's side.
It's almost a personal goal rather than I'm going to rid the world of so and so.
Right. Yeah. In the end, she really wants to better herself.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
Being a robot, no.
through very bad means.
Right. Yeah.
But you're right. The more they keep showing her, I'm down.
Yeah. Yeah.
And speaking of, we're gonna jump all over the place by the
Oh
way.
yeah. Yeah.
If you're,
we're not going chronological in this.
It's too much. But speaking of the sexier thing, man, someone in the production really loves getting Chloe Bennett naked.
Oh, I know. Dozens of.
I mean, I'm very much okay with that.
Family-friendly show. But yeah, she is.
My statement was that I am okay with that.
Yeah.
So I didn't get explicit.
Yeah.
But just when she wakes up in the bathtub, I was like, does she have to be in a bathtub, guys?
Yeah.
Just like in the first scene of Quake in the first episode of the season,
did
she have to be putting her underpants on?
This episode was written and directed by Jed Whedon.
Yes.
And if you remember, to reference Firefly again, the slow motion scene that Joss put in there with I can't think of the actress's name right now, but Inara getting
Marina Baccarin, yes.
Yeah, bathing herself there. It's a Whedon thing.
Yes.
I'm sure there are Angel and Buffy scenes that I can't think of off the top of my head.
Speaking of a Whedon thing, so Jed has written episodes of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's written solo episodes of S.H.I.E.L.D. because he's written mostly with his wife.
Right.
But this is actually the first time Jed had directed.
Right, yeah.
And what a way to do it.
Yeah. If you're
by doing a Whedon thing because he killed somebody.
He did, yeah.
And that person that died...
He kills a few somebodies.
Oh, he kills a few. But one of the main casts.
Yeah.
Dr. Radcliffe.
Yeah.
As far as we know.
Yeah.
Is not going to come back.
It's hard to come back from having both your wrists slit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even though they did it in the movie way of going... I'm sorry to get dark here, but
yeah, we're not giving instructions on the proper way to slit your wrist, but
let's just say they did the movie TV way of
when
doing
Fitz
it.
did it too. That was my first thought, and I didn't bring that up to my wife because I didn't want her to thinking, why is the Beard thinking like this?
Yes.
But I was like, that's not how you do it.
But nonetheless,
yeah,
he's most likely not coming back.
Right. Yeah.
And if he is, it's going to be like another person that might come back from the dead.
Right. Yeah.
But
we're not going to get into that.
But nonetheless, but he killed somebody.
Yeah.
Very Whedon-esque.
Yeah, and when I first saw that he had written this episode, that was my first comment: is that someone's going to die.
Well, he's written a few before.
Well, like you said, like a solo thing. Though, that was before I even knew he was directing it. Once I saw he was directed it, I'm like, nobody is safe.
So, and boy almighty, are you right about that statement too.
So to kind of rewind back, we find out that we've got a whole lot of LMDs. Yes. We have May, Coulson, Mac,
and Daisy.
And then...
And Mace.
Yeah, and Mace. And then the one that I called few episodes back, like 3 episodes back, fits.
And that was the twist. That was a great twist because the previous episode ended with Fitzsimmons learning that everybody they came on the mission with has come back as life models.
Right.
And it set the tone of paranoia.
Yeah.
And what a great twist because they're right. 4 LMDs did come back.
Yeah.
But one of them is not what you think.
Mm-hmm.
And that spoiler is so you thought Daisy was a LMD. She was not.
Right.
The 4th was Fitz.
Yeah.
And that scene where they confront each other, Fitzsimmons did. Mm-hmm. Fitz LMD and Simmons did. Man.
Well, see
that just wow.
The Fitz part, LMD part, was one of the 2 parts where I actually saw that coming because there was that time when an LMD alarm went off and he was the one in the room, and then this time when the LMD alarm goes off, and they did the very comic book thing. Instead of saying, okay, we both walked through this alarm, Fitz and Simmons did, and it went off, how about we take turns separately walking through and solve this in a very humane way? No, Simmons...
We don't need humane.
Simmons womans up, pulls out the gun.
We need guns and knives in this.
Yeah. So Simmons pulls out the gun, and even though in like the forefront of my mind, I'm like, Fitz is definitely the LMD. He's totally the LMD. The actor and actress played it so well. There were a couple times I doubted myself.
And it's one of those things where we've had 4 years with them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we understand what the characters really are going through almost to a T.
Yeah.
When Simmons, was drawing the gun, you're right. We did doubt ourselves. Like, I mean, well,
Simmons isn't going to shoot Fitz.
We're going to be 50-50 on this.
Right, yeah. I mean, one of them was an LMD.
I mean, definitely. There's only 2 people in the room.
Yeah.
However, you're thinking, which one is it? Which one is it?
Yeah, and I was so sure it was Fitz. But then Simmons starts, Wonder Womaning up. Yeah. Not just womaning up. And I'm like, is this really what Simmons would do? And then, of course, she's like, well, with the knife, she's like, yeah, cut yourself. And she says specifically like slash your wrist or something like that.
Yeah, he did.
And he does it the wrong way. He does it the movie way. But it's that same sort of thing. And the actor plays it so well when he's talking about like all the blood and all that. And even my wife, yeah. And even my wife goes, well, yeah, he can't be an LMD. There's blood. And I said, well, you remember when Ada got shot, there was blood.
Because they are meant to be like, replicants of people.
Right, yeah.
So for say an assassination attempt.
Yeah, so somebody thinks you're dead.
Shoots you and you don't bleed. Yeah. They're gonna think, oh well, I didn't kill that person.
Yeah.
So I knew the blood thing wasn't going to be the tell.
Right. Yeah. And then he just goes full Terminator on her, and the scene though where they're having like he's trying to trick her into not killing him, and she's just stabbing him multiple times with that. It was like, this is why you have the 10 o'clock time slot. Yeah. It was for this scene and for the scene with Chloe Bennett. But it was for, this kind of thing where you can just... And they don't even go, like, full-on, like, R-rated movie, but... Yeah. During that fight scene, I forgot I was watching this on network TV. Yeah. Yeah. Because, like, man, you are slaughtering Fitz.
Yeah. So, and just what great misdirection with Daisy, because there was a moment when you still thought that Simmons was the only people that were not LMDs,
right?
Of the main cast, of course.
Yeah, because the goal of S.H.I.E.L.D. for this part is getting all the Inhumans to come to them because they are quote unquote not safe.
Yes.
So they're using Daisy as kind of their ambassador.
And you thought, oh well, great plan, LMDs.
Yeah.
And then when you find out, wait, Daisy's not.
Right.
And
because we're still not 100% sure if LMDs can have Inhuman type powers.
Yes.
Because it's never been proven one way or the other.
But they proved it because Daisy walked into a whole room with a bunch of them.
But those were inactive LMDs, so...
But still, it's just the shock of like...
Yeah. Yeah, so then we knew that she was not one. When you see, 24 of yourself in your underwear.
Yes. Again, the creators really have a fondness.
We got to get her half naked.
They really have a fondness for Chloe Bennett.
Yeah.
Which I am okay with.
I would say you have a fondness for Chloe Bennett. So.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. But...
And then we have...
That fight.
Yeah.
Quake and Simmons meet up, and of course, I love these moments. That paranoia.
Yeah.
Because as the audience, you know that they're both who they say they are.
Yeah.
But they play that cat and mouse of like, oh, who are? And it's like, no, you have to believe me. Let me quake you.
And yeah, right. let me, possibly break some of your bones to prove to you that I'm not here to hurt you. And Quake has Mac's gun, his axe gun.
Yes.
I love that. But it was the only part I didn't like about that scene is what ends up proving it to each other is a hug.
Yeah.
Essentially.
But she vibrated.
Yeah, but it still wasn't. I mean, if you're a robot or something like that, you can be programmed to do. When she said, that she was going to quake, I thought she was going to like knock down something, actually, visually prove it to her. Mm-hmm. But it was more like, big shaky hug.
Yeah.
Okay, you're Quake.
But whenever Quake is telling Simmons to woman up again,
yeah,
that was a good scene.
That was because Simmons, we were seeing
understandably,
understandably, we were seeing season 1 Simmons play out there for a little bit. She just wanted to give up.
But again, understandably, because she.
I'm not saying I wouldn't be Simmons in this case.
She just essentially, in essence, killed the man she loves.
Yeah.
Didn't really, but
yeah, man. But when that's the face you're looking at, it'd be like if you were married and had to kill your wife's twin sister. Yeah. It's still that face.
Exactly.
So,
the life models call for an assault.
Yes.
Because they're saying no, Simmons and Quake are the LMDs, not us.
So they get all the unnamed agents.
Yes. Who are not LMDs.
Right.
To hunt him down.
Right.
And
which is a great plan.
That was a great plan.
Yeah.
But
because obviously we're the people in charge. We couldn't be the LMDs.
Yes. But Quake and Simmons had a better plan.
Yeah.
To knock out all the living people with sleeping gas.
Yep.
Because they will.
Yeah. And I like how these LMDs, they know what they are. They don't care about anything. Thought I had that on airplane mode. So they don't care. I'll edit that part. Okay. So
we just had a slight interruption.
Yeah. So but these LMDs, they know who they are. They know what they're there for. They know they're robots.
They were different than LMD May.
Yeah. And even their speech pattern, because if you actually listen to like Coulson and Mac and them, they don't necessarily sound robotic, but they don't have their natural speech flow that they would.
They weren't programmed to be like, Coulson and Mac.
Right.
And whereas like LMD May really was May.
Yeah.
And I think that was the stealthiness of her. Mm-hmm. Because, she obviously she wasn't supposed to know.
Yeah, even so much so that she does not want to help LMD Coulson.
Yes.
So, but we'll get to that part. But the reason I bring up the fact that they know they're LMDs is when they have the knockout gas, like Mace is just walking over people and Coulson's just passing by people, passing out. They're not even trying to act like they're being caught in this.
Yes.
So it's like, oh well, that plan didn't work. So let's move on to what's next.
And what was next was Quake was. By God.
Quake went Street Fighter on them.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Even though she didn't have her gauntlets, so she could get seriously injured.
So first of all, she brawled with Mace.
Yeah.
And that was cool.
That was.
But, so she defeats Mace, and she is immediately shot by Mac.
Yeah.
And it looked like, pinned in a corner. They're gonna get caught,
and then shot by Coulson.
And then this is not good.
Yeah.
And she goes full Dragon Ball Z, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, she gets that Quake ball.
Whatever you want to reference, she did it. She made a Quake ball and just killed Mac.
All the money that Flash did not use on special effects was donated to this episode of S.H.I.E.L.D.
because it looked
as close to movie-like, I think, as we're going to get with something like this.
And I was more than... The thing that S.H.I.E.L.D. mostly has done, I wouldn't say all, even though I'm biased.
Right.
Of course. And I'm not complaining in a sense of hating.
Right.
But Flash does... When they do certain CGI scenes, you can tell...
Yeah.
That it's CGI. And I'm not trying to say a Quake ball is real.
Right, yeah. I mean, inside our heads, we know it's fake,
But I would say S.H.I.E.L.D. has done a better job in its history to let me have escapism in their effects.
Yeah.
Like the Q.U.A.K.E ball.
Yeah, and I think that
I'm not saying, oh, well, I can do that too.
Yeah.
But it just, when she did it, I didn't go, oh, wow, that's totally CGI.
And I think the surroundings help too, because like we were talking for our 2-minute session on Flash,
Right.
you can tell Gorilla City is all CGI and faking that they were on green screen. Where with Daisy, she's in the middle of a very realistic, real room.
Yeah.
She's surrounded by real people.
Yes.
You know, the only thing that's, you know, as far as I could tell that was CGI was what was going on between her hands.
Yes.
But then she's grown so much as an actress throughout this that you actually believe
Yes.
that she had something going on there.
The only person that ruins the illusion of Q.U.A.K.E stuff is Daisy herself. When when Chloe Bennett goes to cons.
Yeah.
And I get it. It's a funny story to tell because she loves telling people that thank you for thinking it's so cool, but it's not as cool for me doing it.
Yeah.
Because she's just doing
Right.
and they say stuff's going to happen.
Yeah. It's like, okay, we need you to squat down, put your hands together, and look constipated for a minute here. Because if you take the Q.U.A.K.E ball out, that's all you have.
Yes. Like what we were saying with Grant Gustin when he did the big speech to Gorilla City. He was talking to nobody.
Yeah. But at least Chloe Bennett has some people to work off of.
Exactly.
And, you know, and even though she did not destroy real life Mac, LMD Mac gets basically disintegrated.
Yes.
So much so that when LMD Coulson sees him, it's like, oh, okay, you know.
Let's see if Fitz can fix him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
maybe we will, maybe we won't. It's fine. Yeah.
But that's our rant on the certain CGIs of either show.
Yeah, yeah. But when Mac is getting disintegrated, that is really good CGI there.
And you know they managed to get across, and then their last obstacle is LMD May.
Yeah.
With a lot of explosives.
Yep, and she's just sitting there like, bring it. You know?
But in a sense of bring it, like, I was told to be here.
Yeah.
I don't know if I really want to be here.
Yeah, because at that point we really don't know which side she's on. You know, if she's going to overpower her programming and let them pass, or if she's just going to blow up the entire, you know, headquarters.
Which, spoiler, both.
Yeah, both. Yeah, but yeah, she. It happens to be that one of the unnamed agents is able to fly.
Yes.
Because he had just started training.
Oh yeah, So yeah, they managed to wake up 3.
Yeah.
One of them is that chick.
Yeah.
That I like. I can't remember her name, but she's been on the show.
Yeah.
We've seen her.
Yeah, she's a recurring extra.
The other 2 for sure. Definitely no names, but we've seen her around.
Yeah, even if she didn't have an official name, I'm sure she at least has a fan name.
I think she does have a name. I'm just blanking on it.
But yeah,
Piper, Agent Piper.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that they spared her.
Yeah, it's like she may be important one day.
Yes, but she's not the one that's flying.
No, she's not. It's some guy, some guy.
Yeah, thankfully.
Thankfully, yeah. Just out of the 3 people we woke up, one person is possibly able to fly.
Thankfully for them.
But, how convenient to the storyline.
But Q.U.A.K.E and Simmons and the 3 extra agents, they escape. And
of course it's barely.
And in such action-packed way.
Yeah.
Because Coulson LMD does confront May LMD. It's like, so what the H?
Yeah.
Basically what the H? Why are they leaving?
Yeah.
This should have not happened. She says that she doesn't want to. Basically, she doesn't want to be this, and we're not bad. And then boom.
Yeah, but I like how.
Which I feel bad because, yay, you know, the explosion implied that all the LMDs in the base are now destroyed.
Right.
But he also killed those people.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. The people who did not wake up from the sleep, because it was just knockout gas.
Yes.
It wasn't like toxic.
Well,
I think poisonous gas.
I think Simmons gave him like an antidote or something.
But I thought that was just to wake them up. Like,
to wake them up
earlier.
Oh, to wake them up early.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, the ones that are still passed out, it's like, you know,
they just died.
Sorry.
Yep.
This is why you didn't get a name when you got the script.
Yep.
You should have known this was coming.
Yep.
You got to meet Clark Gregg. That's all you get.
Pretty much.
And that would have been enough for you to be a dead extra there.
Oh yeah.
So before we get into the what's happening with the framework and all
Well,
that.
so their plan.
Mhm.
We're gonna get into that by explaining what it is.
Well, hold on. I wanted to ask you, a little bit about what you thought about Fitz manning up, roboting up. What do you think about bad Fitz? Since I mean, it is possible that there are other Fitz LMDs, or they could always make another Fitz LMD. But what do you think about this one specifically? Because it did start out very much, normal Fitz, and then he turns into a badass.
Well, I mean that's the job of an LMD. They're
I mean, like act.
meant to be.
Yeah.
Oh, the actor. I mean,
The
yeah.
actor,
I mean,
yeah.
Oh yeah, he's great, but
Yeah.
he's been great.
He goes from good to evil though, like scarily quick.
He's been great for the 4 years we've been watching him,
Mhm.
and lest we forget, they've given Fitz some wonderful things.
Yeah.
From just nerdy
Mhm.
engineer
Yeah.
and brain damage.
Mhm.
Recovering victim,
Yeah.
and then determined Indiana Jones type explorer.
Yeah.
To what we've had now, and and he's managed, and Ian DeCastaker has done phenomenally in
Mhm.
all of those things.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
to do an LMD evil version of Fitz, he's got that.
Because it's not often that an actor can, take a character in so many different directions, but not lose what the character is.
And I think this one helps if he did, which I wouldn't say he did go kind of overboard, but it would have made sense because
Yeah.
much like what we were saying with like Mac and Coulson,
Mhm.
they're LMD versions of themselves. So it's not like
Yeah.
we were seeing a real Fitz.
Yeah. Because
So-
even when Coulson is, trying to get May not to blow up things, he's bringing up things Coulson would, but it's still in that very, I'm an LMD.
Yeah.
Let's go have a couple scotches like we used to.
Yeah.
Okay, that didn't work. Let me try. It's like a computer trying each program
Exactly.
to see which one will work. But yeah, I know you're a Fitz fan,
Yes.
so just wondering your opinion on how he's.
I'm going to be
how he's
curious to
grown.
see what real Fitz will do when, they conclude this season.
Yeah, because the next episode is just called "What If."
Yes.
So it's going to be interesting to see. In fact, what if?
Yes. What if it refers to? So, Daisy and Simmons' plan
Mhm.
is to hack into the framework.
Right.
As in, they will try to remotely go into the framework that is trapping their teammates.
Because conveniently they have the technology.
They got the technology.
Yeah.
Got the technology.
We can do it.
Yes.
It'll be the $11 billion man at this
Yes.
point. But
So they're going to the framework as themselves
Mhm.
because right now with Fitz, Mace, Coulson, Mac, they're in the framework, but they don't know
right,
they're in the framework.
they're going to do it the same way Ratcliffe
yes,
does it.
they're
you
going to know they're there
Mhm.
and find their teammates and hopefully get them out.
Yeah,
At the very least, pinpoint their location of their programming.
yeah. And the poor extras are told, don't unplug us no matter what.
Yes.
No pressure.
So I expect when we come back in April, that whole episode will be in the framework.
So to kind of I really hate to separate it into like a plot and B plot because they were both A plots.
It was all April.
It was all,
I think.
but the other plot going on is we have Ada, who
Oh yeah.
her mission is to keep Radcliffe safe
Yes.
and to protect the framework.
Which was a great scene because she brought up that they contradict each other.
Right. And at first, when she said that, I was like, "But do they?" And then she explains it in such a way it's like, "Man, for an evil, sexy android, you were right."
Yeah.
Yeah, they do contradict each other, and
Yeah.
just like a true sociopath, when he explained supposedly why they don't, she goes, "Oh, well, that makes sense," and then slits Radcliffe's wrists and hooks him up to the framework. But another character that I'm glad that
Yeah, for your sake and for my sake of this is my introduction to this actor.
yeah.
I'm glad that the Superior is getting something better.
Yes. Yeah. Zach is not gone.
No.
And I had a feeling he wouldn't. Even though, with the way they were leaving it. and
Well,
all
if
that.
they wanted him gone, he would have died when Q.U.A.K.E defeated him.
And I'm also thinking they would have picked a different actor.
Yeah.
Because they.
But then again, I love S.H.I.E.L.D, but sometimes they have used good caliber actors in my mind for very.
Was a Black Cells fan.
Yeah.
Just because they seem to have modeled this character so much after his Black Cell's character, except for the accent.
Yeah.
Really, the accent and the length of his hair are the only two big differences. That's what made me think, yeah, he's gonna be staying around for a while.
So basically, he's going to be the new muscle for Ada.
Right, as she keeps his head alive.
Yes.
Which I thought, I'm kind of curious to see what that's all about, because everybody else gets to keep their whole form. They're just plugged into the framework, on their little boards.
But he's controlling his LMD.
Yeah.
So, in essence, it's a lot more dangerous for him, because should that one be defeated, another one will probably sprout out immediately.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is going to make a great fight between Q.U.A.K.E. So, Superior versus Q.U.A.K.E. round 2 will be very good.
Yeah, it's going to be a much longer fight than the first one was.
Because as she pointed out, he's a lot stronger now.
Yeah, and now he does have a cool origin story, bro.
Yeah.
But I'm glad to see that, and I really love, because they've ended on cliffhangers before.
Yes.
But it's been cliffhangers like oh, the Superior's coming, oh, Hive is, there's been these things that we've kind of known because of reading comics, or just because of being familiar with tropes and stuff like that, and the show, that we can kind of not necessarily predict what's going to happen, but we have a good idea of what's happening. So this time, the Whedon said, "You think you know what's going to happen, but what we're going to do is we're going to go into the framework now."
So much like in that scene with the Flash, they give you things to look for.
Right.
And so they go in the framework. First thing we see is Daisy wakes up naked in a bathtub.
In the bathtub.
Why? Yeah. Why not?
With looking like regular Daisy.
Yes.
Again now.
She gets a text that says, "Go wake your boyfriend. It's time to come in."
And you're thinking, okay, if this is
Well, but I wanted to really, especially zip through the DC shows, because for anybody that hasn't been paying attention to the framework.
Yeah.
So essentially, lest we remember, it's basically taking out your regrets.
Right.
So you live the way you feel like you should have.
Yeah. So like with May, she ends up
saved
saving
the little girl.
Yeah.
So we'll get to that later, but just for a catch up on the framework.
Yeah.
So right now.
So basically, though, they put you into the Matrix. They put you into a computer program.
Yeah.
That is supposed to make you happy and comfortable and all of that.
And the problem with at least Daisy and Simmons is, so they're not in the trance. They're coming into it as themselves.
Right.
So she wakes up. She sees, oh, my boyfriend. It's obviously Lincoln.
Well, see, that's what my wife
she
thought.
said.
What? Yeah, but that's also what my wife thought before.
Really?
Yeah. And my thought was actually far away from the actual answer and from Lincoln. I thought, maybe Daisy has regrets about even going into hacking and all of that stuff. So maybe this is a situation where, she has lived with her parents, and this boyfriend is just going to be some random guy that she met in college or something like that. It is not a random guy at all. She has stolen your boyfriend.
It's okay. I'm just glad he's back. And by Brett Dalton will be back on S.H.I.E.L.D. He won't be back alive.
Right.
He's still very much dead.
Yeah.
Because if they did bring him back in that way, there needs to be some explaining.
Right,
but I'm glad that Brett Dalton will be back in a framework version of himself.
Yes.
Yes. So he is the boyfriend.
Which, as Ratcliffe explains, perception is reality.
Yeah.
So as far as Daisy's concerned, that's Ward.
Yeah. Which Ward, though?
Right.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
So
because it's the one this is Daisy's Ward.
Yeah.
So we'll see, which boyfriend she preferred. If she preferred the bad boy or
the one that people thought was boring before the bad part.
Yeah.
So that's Daisy's framework life.
Yeah.
Coulson is now a high school teacher.
Yeah.
Who really doesn't like Inhumans.
No. Why we should fear Inhumans.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought that was an interesting one.
Yeah, because you would think, because he said the LMD one was like, talking about civilian life and, not being an agent and all that. So I was like, okay, yeah, I could see him as a teacher, but then when I see what's written on the board, I'm like...
Which, again, it goes back to the framework thing. You take out your regrets.
Right.
So I wonder how the framework Coulson came to that conclusion.
Right. And I'm sure we will definitely, get answers.
Oh yeah.
There.
The saddest one that's going to be pulled out is Mac.
Yes.
It was Mac. You see, he.
Oh, when he picks up that bicycle, I was like, that is
That's
that is the cruelest thing Ada could do.
Yes.
Right there.
Well, it's the happiest thing that she could do for him. It's
Yeah.
going to be the cruelest thing
When
for
he wakes up.
Daisy.
Yeah.
Because it's say, hey, you know that daughter that's dead?
Yeah.
Well, she's going to still have to be dead.
Yeah.
You know, you got to live with it.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, you can't.
You got that little bit of happiness there, and now we're gonna take it all away. Yeah.
We see Fitz is mad balling now.
I know.
For whatever reason.
Yeah.
And he reaches out for a hand, and you're thinking it's gonna be Simmons. It's not Simmons because Simmons
is dead.
So she is going to Buffy season 6 it when we get to her.
Yeah.
She is not going to wake up in a comfortable place.
Right. Yeah, which really is going to be interesting. It's like,
well, if we're gonna, I mean, you know,
because if the framework's supposed to take away your regrets,
and yeah, so apparently, well, I guess, you know,
I regret being alive. So.
Well, maybe she started making decisions that were bad.
Yeah.
And you know, there sometimes, even if you live happy, sometimes these things could kill you.
Yeah.
And I like to think that's what happened.
Yeah.
And
I'm curious to see who.
And by the way, the reference when I say Buffy season 6 it, so if any Buffy fans out there remember, Buffy died.
Yeah.
And by die,
she sacrificed herself on the big pit.
Yes. And by die, she died.
Yeah.
Like she was dead.
Yep.
But you know, it's a show. It's a fantasy show. Mm-hmm. Things happen. So when Buffy was canceled,
they start giving Joss Whedon some more money, and
yes. So when it was canceled and moved to the UPN, the main question people had at the time was, "But Buffy died.
Right?
How do you still have Buffy?" And she's dead. Well, she came back.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's not like it was a
magic.
It wasn't a magic. It was still magic, but it wasn't like the magical, I've risen. Right. She woke up in her coffin and had to fight out of it. And I think that's, if Simmons going to have to really Wonder Woman it up to get out of that.
Oh, yeah. She's going to have to go kill Bill.
But I'm curious because, well, with Kill Bill and Buffy, they have shown an extraordinary amount of physical strength.
Yeah.
While Simmons has evolved,
not so much physically as mentally and emotionally. Yeah.
So that's going to be interesting for her. But the last big reveal of the framework life, and the person that's been in the framework for a lot longer than them, is May.
Yep.
And we see May.
She's got a new job.
And she still dresses like May, unlike the other ones where they don't look like.
Yeah. And she works in a big high-rise now.
Yeah. It's a Triskelion
with a big logo on it.
And
big familiar logo.
We know the Triskelion. Triskellion's S.H.I.E.L.D. Well, what used to be Triskelion.
Yeah.
But it's not S.H.I.E.L.D.
No.
It's Hydra.
It's Hydra.
And as much as I love having, you know, Britt Dalton back, I'm so curious to see, again, like with Coulson, how did you get to that conclusion if you lived a life without regret?
Right.
How did May get to be a Hydra? Because she doesn't look like she looked like she ain't hating it.
No, because she's in an elevator. She's not infiltrating it. Yeah. There's no stealth thing going on. You don't really see her, shoulder, so you don't know what kind of logo she's got there.
But doesn't look like she hates being there.
No.
So, and my theory is on that one just a little bit. So, she became the cavalry, very hardened,
right,
because of the little girl.
Right.
So, and we did get a wonderful flashback of May before that. She was, happy and joking. She still was May, but she was not the May we've come to know. Well, you take that away, the whole Calvary incident, she's still, happy.
Yeah.
And I wonder if that happiness made her vulnerable to someone going, "Hey, you wanna join us in this Hydra
this little Hydra thing? Yeah. No, it's cool.
No.
We're trying to make the world a better place."
And Happy May going, "Really? Oh well."
Yeah. Because the thing that I like about Hydra from the comics, from the show, from everything, even though it is of course the big bad, they, like Ratcliffe, they always had their reasons.
Yes.
They were like, "No, we're trying to make a better world.
Yes.
Is what we're doing.
Yes.
We're gonna kill everybody to do it, but we're gonna make a better world."
Just like in The Winter Soldier, that was their goal.
Yeah.
We're gonna make a better world again.
Yeah.
We're gonna kill a bunch of people.
We're gonna make the world great again.
Yes. So that is essentially S.H.I.E.L.D. And sadly for us, we other than maybe some key news that's going to come in for the next few weeks, we're going to have to stop talking about it for a while.
No, it's going to be a DC show for a little while.
Oh yeah, with DC, how'd you like Powerless?
Oh, I haven't watched this episode yet.
It was good.
Yeah, because again, like we talked about at the beginning of this episode, it hadn't really grabbed me.
Really?
Yeah, so I'll catch it. Like, I'm going to probably watch it either tonight or tomorrow night.
You know, that Vanessa Hudgens, man.
Yeah.
She is definitely keeping the eye candy of that show.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, she's, I think it was Alan Tudyk who,
Alan Tudyk is keeping it. Let's say Vanessa Hudgens brought me in with the eye candy.
Yeah.
Alan Tudyk is keeping me.
Yeah, but he's even admitted in interviews that she is, the show is her. He's a key player, yeah, but,
But, luckily it's a 30-minute show and it's very mindless.
Yeah.
So it's not like we have to dissect it like a Supergirl or The Flash or even S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
So it's just like, hey, how'd you like it?
Right.
No, you didn't watch it? Well, you should, but,
Yeah.
And no rush.
Yeah, like I said, it'll either be tonight or tomorrow night. And,
no rush.
Yeah. And it'll be, because that one is intentionally puppy dogs and rainbows and laughs.
Yes. So for the next few weeks, what are we talking about? We're obviously going to keep with Supergirl and The Flash.
Right.
You'll bring up Legends. I'll bring up Legends when Ebard comes back.
Yeah, I haven't
Which he didn't in this episode.
I haven't watched this
therefore, I am
episode yet,
not watching that episode.
Okay.
And by watching, I am not YouTubing clips of that episode.
No, I haven't watched Camelot episode yet because Camelot's one of those things where I think it's been overdone.
Yeah.
So I don't really see much coming out of the Legends episode that I haven't already seen done 11 billion times before.
Yeah, because S.H.I.E.L.D. comes back in April.
Yeah.
iZombie comes back in April. And Supergirl and The Flash are concluding in April.
Yeah.
So it's a nice balance of stuff.
So
we're not going to be sitting here for 2 hours dissecting everything.
Yeah, because I have a feeling that we're going to have a lot to say when iZombie comes back.
Yep.
Yeah. So, which is, even though it's Vertigo, it's technically DC.
It's a show we like.
Parent company.
It's a show we like, people.
It's based on a comic, even though I finally did read the iZombie comic. Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah.
Don't read it thinking it's the show.
Oh.
Because it's definitely not.
It's not.
I love the show 100 times better than the comic.
Well.
And it's a short run comic, so, if you ever get bored and, want to read it.
Well, I might look into that.
Yeah.
But until then, I guess that's
Until
it.
next week, we'll be talking
Bye-bye
about...
on S.H.I.E.L.D. for a while.
Yeah, but we'll have Flash, and we'll have Supergirl, and...
We'll have the conclusion of Gorilla City, and the return of Dean Cain.
Yes. So, that's at least two good things to look out for, and, we'll see you next week.